MLB Network's coverage of Major League Baseball is on the air. Today, it's the second of this three-game series between the LA Dodgers and the New York Mets. It's baseball on MLB Network, and it's coming up next. Noah Syndergaard, a right-hander from the state of Texas, is the man on the mound here. What do we need to know here, HR?
Well, what we've seen in baseball is the pitchers are dominating, and the strikeout is the big thing. He's averaging just under a strikeout an inning, so he fits right in the category with his peers. He's got dominating stuff. He can go after hitters when he needs to, and I'm looking to watch him execute and really walk out of here with another dominating performance.
Coming to the plate now, Justin Turner. And the home-away splits tell us he's actually quite a bit better hitting on the road than he is at home. And we are underway here in Flushing as the first pitch of the afternoon is taken for ball one. These Mets, Harold, as they take the field here today, they come in trying to rebound after a loss that snapped a modest three-game winning streak.
Well, they're coming off a tough loss. I mean, they played pretty good ball. They just lost by one run. But, you know, you look back at it, those are the ones that eat you up, those one-run loss games.
And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there's your first out of the ball game. Time now to check out the lineup for the visiting Dodgers. HR, how do they lock up a series victory here on the road?
Well, Matt, the first thing I look around in afternoon games is to see what kind of shadows might you have to deal with. That's the challenge of the afternoon game, and it looks like they may creep into this ballpark. So we'll wait and see how, as this game progresses, how the shadows are going to affect it.
Now here's the pitch. Logan Forsythe comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0.
That's the kind of pitch that reminds me of many reasons why I wasn't a very good hitter. This thing was inside and coming in hot, and he just gave a stone-cold take. I'm bailing out of the way if I'm in the box, no doubt about it.
And set up working the plate is Larry Bullard as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
Yeah, Matt, Bullard's got a pretty fair strike zone all around. He'll miss a call here and there on the black. But what umpire doesn't?
1-2 now. Bases are empty, one man out. And here's a ball hit in the air. Right, trying to get there, and this will land foul. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Lifted into the air to shallow center. Lagares is under it. And he makes the catch for the second out.
Batting third, shortstop, Corey Seager.
Here's Corey Seager. And there's a look at his home and road splits so far this year. Into the windup and the pitch. And a neck-high fastball that time.
That's a good take on that fastball there. You know he's looking for something up there to drive, but that was just a little above his happy zone. Not everyone has the discipline to hold back on those.
Tough one to lay off, called a strike.
Pretty lucky to get away with that one. There's not a situation ever where you want to throw a high changeup, so I think he'll try to make an adjustment with the next one he throws.
A ball and 2 strikes to count now with the bases empty and 2 away.
You know, when you're facing a top-of-the-line pitcher like this, he's going to be down around the knees like that more often than not. The key is punishing whatever mistakes he makes, but so far he hasn't made many.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Dodgers. Now the Mets will step up for their first shot in a scoreless ball game. Clayton Kershaw, a Texas-born left-hander, gets the starting nod. Dan, any thoughts?
Well, Matty, we get the opportunity to watch the reigning National League Pitcher of the Month go to work. So obviously I'm pretty excited to see about how he attacks these hitters. He's shown a lot of confidence on the mound right now, and that confidence can sometimes be a pitcher's greatest weapon.
Here's Juan Lagares. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. And a called strike down in the zone, 0-1. Harold Reynolds, this Dodger ball club as they enter play here this afternoon. Well, they've been playing some pretty good baseball, 5-2 over their last 7.
Yeah, Matt, this is a really good club. I mean, here we are the second half of the year. They're already leading the division, but now they're starting to open up a lead. It looks like it's almost like the quarter horse that you know is going to win this race, and he starts to pour it on to embarrass everybody. They're smelling the finish line right now.
Down and away, it's a ball and 2 strikes.
I think if he executes that pitch on the corner instead of off of it, he probably gets some pretty weak contact, if anything. He jammed him pretty hard on the previous pitch, so my bet was he was going to try to cheat on the inside part, thinking it might be coming again.
And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. Now the pitch. And Kershaw can't find the target there as he's run it as far as it can go now. It's 3-2.
That was kind of a gift to the hitter. He's up there probably thinking of protecting on 2-2, but when you launch a ball that high out of the strike zone, it's obviously easy to take that one.
Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Hit out towards second. No problem here. 1 away. Time now to take a look at Terry Collins' Mets starting lineup in this one. Harold, what's the key for him against one of the best starters in the game?
Well, Matt, they're not going to run. I mean, they don't put a lot of pressure on you trying to steal bases. They'll take the extra base if they need to, but they don't run much. They're a team that sits there. They're going to be a lot base to base, rely a lot on the power. This is a total contrast to what we've been seeing throughout the league the last couple of years.
Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And this is going to wind up a foul ball.
Oh, that's one he's going to want back right there. A fastball right in your wheelhouse, and you foul it off.
Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. And a wave and a miss on a ball that was way out of the strike zone. There are 2 away now.
Batting third.
For me, check swings are right there next to bang plays at first as the most difficult calls for an ump to make. Taking a look at show motion, the batter doesn't appear to hold up enough, so I think the call was right.
Here's Yoenis Cespedes. He comes into this one 6th in the National League in home runs. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. Kershaw into the windup. Here it is on 1-0. A fastball down near the shoe tops. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. And this is going to be a foul ball. Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1. Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Now Kershaw delivers a 2-2. Got him looking, and that ends the inning. Mets go down 1-2-3. We are still scoreless. Now to the plate, Jock Peterson. He's definitely a long ball threat, currently 3rd in the National League in that category. Here's the first pitch to him. And a fastball just below the knees, ball one. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. And that one stayed up a little high.
Not the ideal spot to be right here. 2-0 count on a real good hitter. Boy, you're going to have to make some really good pitches now.
And there's a swing and a miss. 2-1 now.
That's straight smoke at 99, guys. It's almost unfair.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Back up the middle. And that will be the first base hit of the ball game for the Dodgers. So that puts the leadoff man aboard to get the inning underway.
Well, the batter singles on a sinker that just did not sink. Now, if this pitcher continues to keep that sinker up, it's going to be a quick game for him. He's got to get his sinker down if he wants to be around later in the innings.
Here's Adrian now. Career numbers versus Syndergaard. 5 for 9. He's taken him deep once. Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball one. Lays off the fastball away, and it's 2-0. Outside, 3-0 now.
This inning hasn't started ideally for him on the mound, but here on 3-0, you have to have the mentality that you're only a strike and or a ground ball double play away from getting back on track.
Here it is on 3-0. In the dirt here. And they got him. Boy, his feet were stuck in the mud there. 1 out, nobody on. And this will be fouled away. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And this is going to wind up a foul ball.
Oh, man, I think he thought he was going to get another breaking ball right there. He's a little bit late on that fastball. That's a nice pitch, though, following that breaking pitch to keep him off balance with the heater.
There to play it is Walker, and there are 2 gone now.
Batting sixth, the catcher, number 9, Yasmani Grandal.
Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. He comes into play with a batting average in the respectable 270s. Into the windup and the pitch. A high fastball is in there.
Oh, that's for sure going to be a pitch he wants back. You're not going to get many balls right in the wheelhouse from a top level arm like this.
No score here as we play inning number 2. And he gets him to swing through that one. He's in control, 0-2. And then that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously an important key to being dominant on the mound, but it doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't have outstanding control to go along with it. But he does.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. Dodgers go down quietly. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Here's Lucas Duda now. He'll be the one to start things here against Clayton Kershaw.
Lucas Duda.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And that's by him. It's 0-1. Good hard slider there, but it runs away. It's a ball and a strike.
After 2 breaking pitches, there's a pretty good chance right now you're probably going to get something right in the middle of the strike zone to swing at. So if you're looking for it, go ahead and turn that baby loose.
A fastball that just misses inside. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And he misses again, ball 3.
Well, this has been a good job to work the count from 0-1 to 3-1, and now he's really in the driver's seat to see a heater that he can do something with.
And he takes ball 4. Leadoff man's aboard here to begin the home half of the second.
Man, the pitcher's wondering how he didn't get that call. Busted him inside on a 3-1 count, and the ump thought it was just a tad off the plate. Tough to get the benefit of the doubt from the umpire when you fall behind in a count like that, though.
Here's Jay Bruce now. His lifetime numbers against Kershaw. He's got 5 base hits in 20 at-bats. 2 of those hits were for home runs. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball.
That was a first pitch fastball. He just blew it right by him. You talk about an overpowering fastball working today. He's got a good one going.
From the stretch. And Bruce can't come up with that one as he swings through it for strike 2.
What a good pitch. He went way out of the zone to try to swing and catch up to that slider. Now you got him thinking. It's 0-2. You can throw him anything you want.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And Bruce can't connect there as this is swung on and missed for the first out of the inning.
All right, time for the majestic defensive alignment for the Dodgers. And down at first base, Adrian Gonzalez. You know, the one thing I like that he does probably better than any first baseman in baseball is crash on the hitter in a bunt situation. He is convicted. He gets all the way in and dares you to swing. Very aggressive.
Now batting, Wilmer Flores. And you can see his home road splits there. He has not fared very well in front of the home crowd, oddly enough. First pitch on its way. Looking at a fastball for a strike on the corner. Has a look. Now the pitch. Set up away with the changeup, but it's 1-1.
The intent with that changeup away was one thing and one thing only. Get a double play ball. Nice job to lay off it at the plate, though.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And he just misses with a curveball.
Well, he clearly read the scouting report. This guy's been sizzling hot, and look at how careful he's been pitching him.
Bottom of the second here with no score. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Looking at strike 2, a fastball that catches the inside corner. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Now this pitch is popped up. Playable for Grandal behind the plate. And he'll put this one away in foul territory for the second out.
That's exactly what they wanted out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop-out. Well-executed pitch there.
Here's the third baseman, David Wright, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. He'll enter play here at an even 250. 3 homers and 15 RBIs. Here's the 0-1. Breaks his bat as this one's popped up. And this will not be caught. It's a foul ball. Fooled him a bit as this is hit high in the air towards right center and shallow. Thompson is there, makes the catch, and the side is retired. Mets strand one. Will move to the third with no score. Some fans still trickling into the ballpark as we get you set for the top of inning number 3. Trace Thompson digs in. Career numbers versus Syndergaard. Just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats.
Thompson.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. A swing and a miss on a ball that jammed him.
Well, he doubled up on that slider, so that tells me he's really feeling it at this point in the game. Good chance we'll see a heavy dose of that slider as this start continues.
Inside corner, called as strike 1 and 2. Fastball stays way up that time for ball 2.
So that's 2 pitches in a row above the belt. As a hitter, that's what you're looking for, especially when it's a day game and the ball is carrying. That just wasn't a good enough pitch to hit.
And he missed with this one up around the noggin. Now it's full. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. And the payoff pitch is chopped foul at home plate, so we'll do it again. Still 3 and 2. Payoff pitch one more time. And he lays off there, ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here to begin inning number 3.
And don't forget, he lost his last time out, so he wants to get off on the right foot here. The last thing he wanted was to walk the leadoff man.
Now at the plate, Kike Hernandez. And he is proving to be something of a non-threat with the bat in his hands this year. The average isn't pretty. He's set. Here it comes. And that one stayed too low, apparently. Swung on and missed, outclassed by that fastball for a strike. One and one. Here it comes, and a sinker dips too low there into the dirt. In fact,
sometimes you got to be aggressive offensively, but sometimes you just let the pitcher dig his own grave. Patience and discipline seem to be the way to go right here.
A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
Everybody knows he's got that fastball that gets up at 100 miles an hour. You just have to be ready to swing.
Working for the punch out and the offering. Smoked on the ground left side and just past his outstretched glove into left. A base hit. The pitcher, Clayton Kershaw, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation. So let's see if that is indeed on right here. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Now a bunt attempt here, but this is foul for the first strike. showing bunt, but he winds up taking ball one.
Hey, a great decision there to pull back. Step number one in getting a sacrifice bunt down, make sure you bunt a pitch that you can handle.
A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. And now the bunt attempt from Kershaw, and it looks to be a good one. And you can't ask for much more out of a pitcher than that. The sacrifice works to perfection.
Now batting, third baseman, Justin Turner.
Riding in once again, Justin Turner. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. And there's ball 4 now, so the bases are loaded here on the intentional walk, and the force at the plate is in order.
That's what's called getting the treatment. Everyone knows he's a power threat with a bat, so it's all about not letting him be the guy that beats you.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Logan Forsythe. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Here's the first pitch to him. Sends that one out of play for strike one. Set to deliver the 0-1. In the dirt and blocked behind the plate. Good job to get to that quickly, though, and the count even at 1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And a fastball just a bit high.
With the infield back and a runner at third, he's definitely pitching for a strikeout or maybe something like a harmless pop-up. You could see it from that high fastball, but that was just a good job of laying off that pitch.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Started that swing a bit too early.
Matt, here we are, double play situation, and everybody knows he's got that sinker. Maybe get a ground ball and get 2, right? But he comes with the fastball right there. Now nobody knows what to see. This is going to be an interesting at bat.
Third inning, no score to this point. And strike 3 called on the outside corner. He's earned the right to live out there with the fastballs, as that's out number 2.
Well, that call looked like it was a little in the pitcher's favor, but it wasn't outrageous. Hey, listen, calling balls and strikes is a really tough job, and even the best are going to miss some from time to time, especially when they're sort of borderline like that last one. Not sure the hitter would want to hear that, though.
In now, Corey Seager, as he'll take a look at ball 1. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. Sent on the ground out to second. On to first, and the Dodgers come up with nothing as that ends the inning. A couple of walks, but no damage. We played 2.5, no score on MLB Network. Here's the catcher, Travis d'Arnaud. He's back in the starting lineup for this one after sitting out last night's game.
Travis d'Arnaud.
Into the windup and the pitch.
Nope,
a fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Peterson has a read on it. He's got it 1 away.
Batting ninth, pitcher Noah Syndergaard.
Stepping up now, Noah Syndergaard, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Boy, good bite on the slider, and it just missed inside. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at.
That's the game changer right there. That's the difference between great and good. This is why he's great. He's able to put a ball in the corner where most guys can't.
Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. And here's a pitch swung on and missed. 1-2 now. One and two. Here it comes. Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
I like how he worked him backwards for that strike out there. He wasn't showing the fastball early in the at-bat, but then went back-to-back once he had the hitter down in the count.
Stepping in now, Juan Lagares. And he'll promptly send it in the air out to center field. Peterson is camped under this one, and that will retire the side. Down in order go the Mets. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. Digging in to try it again, Jock Peterson. He'll start things out against Noah Syndergaard as this inning is underway. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And a fastball's off the plate away. It's ball 1. Still all zeros in the run column here in the 4th inning. Dan, does this continue, or does somebody score here?
Oh, you have to love. You know, Matt, we have so many of these games that are 12-10 and 9-8. It's nice to see a low-scoring pitcher's duel for once.
Oh, tried to check his swing there as this is hit to the left side. A bare-handed pickup.
I can't believe he got a check swing single. How frustrating for the pitcher. You make a good pitch, got him fooled. He checks his swing and gets a base hit. He's got to be thinking, you don't deserve that hit.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Adrian Gonzalez comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First delivery to him on the way, and a check swing here, but he clearly went around on a pitch that would have been a strike anyway. It's 0-1. From the belt, kicks and deals, and that misses. 1-1. Nobody out, runner on first. And that's lifted the other way out to left. Cespedes is there, and that's the first out of the inning. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
The catcher, number 9, Yasmani Grandal.
Ready for another chance? Yasmani Grandal. He's 0 for 1 thus far. And this ball's going to find the seats down the left field line. Foul, strike 1. The 0-1 delivery. Pitch misses low. The throw down. And it's far too late as he steals second with ease.
You know, I like the aggressiveness there. They haven't cracked the scoreboard at this point, so it's clear they're trying to manufacture something by forcing the action. We'll see if it works out for them.
Pulls this one into the air out into right field. And that's taken in straightaway right. Will he try from second? And he's up to third safely now with 2 gone in the inning.
Now batting, right fielder, Trace Thompson.
Into the box, Trace Thompson. He drew a base on balls his first time up. Here's the first pitch to him. Slider right over the middle, taken for a strike. No score at this point, but a 2-out hit could get a runner in from third. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And a good 2-strike pitch, but he misses high 1-2.
I like how he wasted that pitch. It was close enough to tempt the hitter to swing, but now you got him thinking, will he come back with another fastball? You got him set up. Off speed, hard pitch, anything now.
A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And a sinker. Called strike 3 as he's rung up and the side is retired. 1 left for L.A. On to the bottom of the 4th now, still with no score. Digging in the switch hitter, Neil Walker. He'll look to get something going here in this scoreless ball game.
Number 20.
Into the windup and the pitch. Takes a knee-high fastball. Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. Gone to lead off the inning. A solo home run here for Neil Walker. 19th home run for him on the season, and the Mets are on the board first, 1-0.
Well, if you're going to get your first hit of the game, you might as well do it with a bang. He thought he could squeeze one past him, but he thought wrong.
The left fielder, number 52.
Here's Yoenis Cespedes.
Yoenis Cespedes.
As he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. First time up, he went down looking. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Tough slider down low for a strike.
He had some really good late action on that slider right there. It's hard to do anything with that pitch unless you're sitting on it and catch it out front before it breaks all the way in.
Here's Kershaw's 0-2 offering. Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1. So with that, let's call on the guys in the graphics department to put up the pitch speed comparison for the 2 starters. And whoa, you see the big number. How about 99 for a top speed? Not too many guys around the league can match that. Here's Lucas Duda now. Reached base via the walk in his first plate appearance. Tough slider that just catches the corner for a strike.
He's having a really good game. He's over 70% first pitch strike. When you get that first pitch strike, now it opens up the whole strike zone, and that's why a pitcher can dominate, and he's doing that in this game.
1 run, just 1 hit, and no errors on the Mets line score so far. And this is fouled back and out of play. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
He's pitching him with the respect of the power hitting left-hander that he is. If you're going to beat me, you're going to beat me the opposite direction. I like the strategy.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. Lays off the 1-2 changeup, and he's worked it back to 2-2.
Well, I kind of wonder if he's not being as aggressive as he was before that home run. Hey, this is a guy that can burn you again, so I don't really blame him.
Now Kershaw delivers a 2-2. And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away.
This tells me a lot about this guy. He's done a real nice job bouncing back from that home run to strike out the next 2 guys. Sometimes you're going to get taken deep, but it's all about how you respond that really matters.
Here's Jay Bruce now, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. I had him lunging there as he's just able to tap it foul at home plate. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Kershaw looks in, looking to put him away here on a ball and 2 strikes. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. Mets draw first blood thanks to this solo home run. We played 4. It's 1-0 Mets. Into the box now, Kike Hernandez. He's in to get things going here in inning number 5.
Kike Hernandez.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. A slider that just grabs the outside corner. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
I mean, wow, swing the bat a little bit. I think he's been a little bit too patient right here. Those are pretty good pitches, and now he finds himself down 0-2.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and he'll start the 5th the same way he ended the 4th with a punch out, 1 away.
Boy, there's nothing like seeing a good power pitcher that has a good fastball. And what does he do? He just throws this good fastball right by, brings the express. No chance to put that ball in play.
Standing in now, Clayton Kershaw. As the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1.
Well, that'll get your head shaken at the plate. That's a pitch he hasn't used much in this game. Now he throws that for a strike, and you add that to the rest of his repertoire. Man, it's tough to cover them all.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. No runs, 3 hits. No errors for the Dodgers thus far. And now a fastball, but he's able to hold off on it, and it's 2-1 now. Softly on a line to third, and this will be taken in by the third baseman for the second out.
Now batting, third baseman, Justin Turner.
Ready once again, Justin Turner comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Into the windup and the pitch. And he takes a pitch right down the middle.
Well, there's a first pitch strike. You know, only 50% of the pitches he's throwing first pitch this game have been for a strike. So I'm surprised that he's having as much success so far as he is.
Line, but speared on a hop. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Dodgers down in order. They trail this one 1-0. At the plate, Wilmer Flores. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
The shortstop, Wilmer Flores.
First delivery to him on the way. A high fastball is in there.
0-1's the count.
0-1. Here's the pitch. Line shot to first, and there's one away. There's our line score through the first 4.5, and these guys have basically had the bats taken right out of their hands. Just one hit to this point. Here's the third baseman, David Wright. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. In the air to left. Hernandez has a beat on it. 2 down.
Up next for the Mets, catcher Travis d'Arnaud.
Stepping in, Travis d'Arnaud. He flew out in his last at bat. First offering on its way. Curveball that time, not even close.
Well, that's 2 quick outs, and he's got a low pitch count. Really being aggressive in the zone has forced him to swing the bats. He's economically low in that pitch count. He's got a chance to go deep in the game.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Takes a knee-high fastball.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Kershaw now on 1-1. And this is low, ball 2. 2-1. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1. And this one misses high for ball 4, and they have themselves a 2-out base runner.
That walk is going to feel a little extra frustrating for this pitcher. Not only do you never really want to walk the number 8 hitter, but it's also going to let the pitcher hit this inning instead of forcing him to lead off the next one.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. The pitch, a fastball off his glove, and it bounds away. And he'll make it to second here as he's moved into scoring position now after the passed ball.
Looked like a four-seamer that just kept rising on him, and he couldn't get the mid up in time to catch it. Really no excuse for that. That'll go as a pass ball, and deservedly so.
Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch. Swing and a liner. And that's through into center field. Base hit. Long throw to the plate. And not in time as the run scores.
Oh, nobody expected that. You walk to get to the pitcher, and what's he do? He comes up with a big RBI hit with 2 outs. Man, that's got to feel good.
Here's Juan Lagares, trying to keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single. First pitch of the at-bat. A swing and a miss just out in front of that fastball. A runner on first with 2 away. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. And a ball popped foul to the right side, out of play.
Ooh, that was a good pitch to hit. He wants that one back. He was just a little bit late on it.
Ready on 1-2. And he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. So 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left. We're through 5 here at the ballpark. Mets out in front, 2-0. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Logan Forsythe. He'll start the inning, and we're back to the top of the order, but they haven't looked too dangerous in this one yet, right, guys?
Well, none of them have any hits yet, so you're right on the money. They've done a great job of holding these guys down so far.
Another opportunity for him here, so we'll see if anything changes. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Oh, and that one slung through the strike zone that time at 98. 0-1.
They can't afford to continue to fall back any further. They got to get something going on the offensive side. Somebody's got to step up, give a big hit, maybe even a home run, drop a bunt, do something. But this offense has to get going.
Sinker, 1 ball, 1 strike. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. A fastball right over the outside corner.
Tell you what, his spot has been the outside pitch right there, and now we're late in the game and he continues to pound the outside pitch, and it's really working out for him.
Pops this one up. Duda on the move, looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
Now batting, shortstop, Corey Seager.
Digging in once again, Corey Seager. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. Here's the pitch. Looked like he was swinging no matter what that time as he goes way out of the zone at that offering. It's 0-1. Well, as demonstrated there, that's a tough pitch to do anything with.
Yeah, good luck. But hey, a high fastball all of a sudden becomes really dangerous for a pitcher if it's not spotted above the zone. A little height difference makes all the difference.
And this one's downstairs. It's a ball and a strike. Pitch on the way. And he turns on this one and yanks it foul and back out of play. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Swing, and that's hit out of play up into the plaza level. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Another one sent foul. Here he comes again, 1-2. And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2.
This guy's a good hitter. He's seen a lot of pitches already, fouling balls off. But as the pitcher, I got to keep throwing him strikes. And if he hits it, hopefully it's at somebody.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And they're working the outer half here, but that one's wide for ball 3.
Now, this is what baseball's about. A pitcher and hitter going back and forth. Foul ball, strike, foul ball. I can't wait to see how this ends.
Hit hard on the ground to the right. And this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single.
This is a great 8-pitch at bat. 8 pitches. He saw a lot of pitches. He fouled a couple off, but he stayed within himself. And finally, when he got a pitch he could handle, he didn't miss it. Got the base hit.
Here's Jock Peterson now as he takes a cold strike at the knees. It's 0-1. 2 hits in 2 trips for him thus far. Ready with the 0-1. Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2.
Beautiful changeup. Got him out front with that swing right there. That's what a changeup will do. Just keep you off balance.
Runner at first here, one man out. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive.
Aggressive swings out of him to start this at bat, but he hasn't been able to put the ball in play. Time to use that aggressiveness and make him chase now.
Here's a high foul ball as it finds a lucky fan in the upper deck for a souvenir.
That's probably not what he wants to do with 2 strikes right there with the fastball. He is fortunate he just fouled it off.
Swing and a line drive. And that nearly would have gotten him on the board. Instead, it's a long foul ball. Runners on first with one down. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2.
That's a nice take right there. You don't get too excited about somebody taking a pitch, but a changeup right there in that situation with 2 strikes, that's good hitting.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Neither guy giving in. Here's the next one. And this one's in the dirt. He's set. Here's the 3-2. And he finally wins the battle as this is swung on and missed for the second out.
Looked to me like he had the right idea with the swing on that pitch, and he just didn't get the bat through the zone in time. The pitch was away. He let it get deep, maybe trying to take it the other way, but it got too deep and was by him by the time his barrel could get in the correct position.
Action in the Mets bullpen now. It's both a lefty and a right-hander that start to throw. Here's Adrian now. Swinging a high pop-up back onto the outfield grass now. And Wright will make the catch to retire the side. Dodgers leave 1. They trail it here 2-0. Here's Neil Walker. He comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier.
Second baseman, Neil Walker.
Now here it comes. Back to work now is Kershaw as he jumps ahead of the leadoff man. 0-1. And the slider is low and inside as he just about got him there.
Well, this team, they're swinging at everything, but that pitch was just a little too far out of the strike zone.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And this is going to be a foul ball.
That's a nice pitch right there. He threw him a breaking ball, comes back with the fastball, and now he's late. Now he doesn't know how to adjust. He's kind of caught in between. You got him set up perfectly.
And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. And this is fouled back and out of play.
Well, that's back-to-back breaking balls. He's able to foul that one off. Will they come back with a third?
And Kershaw can't find the target there as he's run it as far as it can go now. It's 3-2.
With the meat of the order due up next, you could probably expect to see something you can handle here with the full count as the 2-hole hitter.
Trying to send him packing for the second time. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. The next 3-2. And that one misses, so the leadoff man will head down to first on ball 4 to start the bottom of the 6th.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're trying to put a start away. Make him work his tail off, throw a lot of pitches, and get on base any way that you can. A big inning at this point of the game, and he's probably gone.
Here's the left fielder, Yoenis Cespedes. He's struck out twice thus far, so we'll see if he can fare any better here. High set by Kershaw. Now the pitch. Takes a look at a slider that catches the inside corner.
You know, when a guy starts to get tired, you often see their breaking stuff start to flatten out, but that's not the case here. Still has really nice finish on that slider, as we just saw.
And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. Hit hard back up the middle. One there. On to first, and Cespedes grounds into a double play.
Nice job on the mound to bounce back from the leadoff walk. Those are usually pretty costly, but that won't be the case this time after the 2-ball.
Ready for another chance? Lucas Duda. No one on base for him after the double play.
Yeah, Matt, that 2-ball really changed the complexion of this inning. For the second time, it looked like the middle of the order was going to have a chance to get a big hit with some ducks on the pond, but now they just have to try and get a 2-out rally started.
Into the windup and the pitch. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. Not surprisingly here, this is on the ground to the right side. And Gonzalez will take it over himself, and that'll do it. Nothing doing for the Metropolitans. But they hold a 2-0 lead. Welcome back to Citi Field in Flushing. Getting set for the 7th inning now with the Mets out on top. But first, let's check out the game summary through the first 6 innings of baseball. Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. He'll start the 7th, and Dan, as a former pitcher yourself, you must be enjoying this. Lots of good pitching and defense today.
Oh, that's one of the keys. We're seeing a lot of strikes. We're seeing a lot of swings. We're seeing some great plays on defense. This has been a snappy one up to this point.
Watches a fastball right there for strike one.
Tying run stands on deck, but it'll only matter if the guy in the box can get on base.
Yeah, and that has to be his mentality at the plate right now, Matt. He can't be the hero, so he needs to do what he can to give the guy behind him a chance to be the guy.
This is line to left, but this will be pulled in out there in left center. Well hit, but a rough out number one.
Good contact to start out the inning. Thought he might be on base with some sort of a hit, but it hung up there too long. Just unlucky that time.
Trace Thompson digs in. As he comes up empty on a pitch right down the middle for strike one. 0 for 2 on the afternoon so far. Here's a late swing and a miss, strike two.
The 7th inning is one of those innings when you might start seeing some warning signs from your starters that they're reaching the end of their rope, but that's not the case here. He looks really solid to me.
Looking to punch him out again. The pitch. Shooting for that low inside corner, but he missed with it. 1-2. And through 6 1/3, he's about to hit the 100 pitch mark now.
You know what, Matt? I'll take it. 6 1/3, 100 pitches. If he's able to get through this inning, that's a great outing.
Weak grounder back to the mound. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. And a nice job to stay with it that time and get the second out of the inning.
Now batting, left fielder, Kike Hernandez.
Ready once again, Kike Hernandez. A hit in 2 tries so far. And it looks now like a right-hander's begun to get loose in the Mets bullpen. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
He's up to 100 pitches now, but he's still bringing the fastball pretty good. Nothing about that last throw tells me he's wearing down right now.
The windup and the 0-1. And he couldn't pull that one back as he clearly broke the plane to the plate, and that'll be ruled a strike.
Boy, he's been great in this one, and he's only 1 strike away from putting another 0 on the scoreboard.
Oh, and he dusted him off the plate that time. Some mind games being played now. It's 1-2.
I like that he tried to tie him up inside on that pitch, but it was a little bit of a risky situation because if you're off just a little bit, you can end up plunking a guy. That's the last thing you want to do when you've got a guy 0-2.
Trying to pick up that outside corner, but this misses, and it's back to even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. All even at 2-2. Here it is. Hit hard towards center. That's in for a base hit, and he's 2 for 3. So the 2-out base hit, and the top of the inning is still alive.
Man, that's a nice at bat. Found himself down 0-2, and he just continues to fight. Fought off pitches, gets a 2-2 count, and gets a base hit.
Andre Ethier will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot.
Number 16, Andre Ethier.
And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. Enters play here at 279. 8 home runs and 22 RBIs. Looking at a fastball for a strike on the corner. And this is chopped foul near the plate, and the count will move to 1-2 now. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. 1 left for LA. They're still down. It's 2-0. Yimi Garcia gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th.
Number 63, Yimi Garcia.
At the plate, Jay Bruce. He's hoping to avoid the hat trick. He struck out in each of his first 2 plate appearances so far. At the knees, strike 1.
Good pitch right there from the reliever. Tough for hitters to do much with pitches in that location unless they're looking for it.
The 0-1 on its way. Fastball, and he has to bend out of the way of that one. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And the changeup just missed the inside corner. Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1. Shin high fastball that time. Ball 3. And that misses, ball 4. It's a leadoff walk to start the home 7th.
Whoa, you know a pitcher is really fighting himself when he misses a zone by that much. I'm surprised the catcher could even bring that in.
Striding in once again, Wilmer Flores. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. And now some action in that Dodger bullpen as a left-hander has begun to get loose. Pulls the string on that one. 1 strike. A runner at first with no outs here. Swinging a ball hit on the ground, but this will wind up a foul ball. Strike 2.
Well, he got what he's looking for. He just got out in front of it right there.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning.
That's just a great pitch, both on the call from the catcher and the execution. If he hits it, there's a good chance it turns into a double play ball, but it's also a spot that's going to get a lot of whiffs too. That's excellent pitching.
Into the box, David Wright, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Here's the 0-1. Hit in the air to shallow center. Peterson giving chase. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
The batter, catcher, Travis d'Arnaud.
Digging in to try it again, Travis d'Arnaud. 0 for 1 with a run scored thus far. From the stretch. In tied at 93, ball 1. 2 out with the man at first. 2-0. 2-0 count and the pitch. 3-0 now. He's set. Here's the 3-0. Takes a high fastball for a strike. A runner on first with 2 away. 3-1 pitch is a slider and he can't pull the trigger. It's 3-2 now.
All right, 3-2 count with 2 outs. The runner on first will be moving, so we'll see what happens. There are a lot of possible outcomes with this kind of play.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. And this pitch misses for ball 4. So that's going to move a runner into scoring position now with 2 away.
He did not want to let the hitter off the hook with 2 outs, and now he's got a runner in scoring position to deal with.
Digging in and looking for more, Noah Syndergaard. He's been great on the mound, so we'll see if he can do something with the bat here as well. He's earned the chance to take this at bat.
Yeah, Matt, when a guy's throwing the ball as well as he has, it kind of forces the manager's hand to stay with him. He's been exciting to watch, and he's really had this crowd behind him the entire game.
Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. 2 men are on with 2 men out. And he lays off for ball 1.
I'll tell you, it's a helpless feeling for a manager or a pitching coach when your pitchers are having a really hard time throwing strikes. What are you supposed to do other than keep trying new guys until someone starts attacking the zone?
Here's the 1-1 delivery. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
Obviously, he wants to help himself out right here. With 2 strikes, that's going to be difficult to do. Let's see if he can put the ball in play.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. And that misses 2-2. 2 down, runners at first and second. And a fastball swung on and missed, and the side is retired. 2 left for the Mets as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. Addison Reed will come on in relief now as he'll make his 35th appearance of the season.
Addison Reed.
So digging in now, Justin Turner. 0 for 2 with a walk for him so far.
Baseman, Justin Turner.
Now a changeup misses here to begin the 8th. It's 1-0. Here's the pitch. And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now.
Wow, not a great spot to be in right now. 2-0 to a great hitter like this. This is when you really have to pay attention as a pitcher. And if you have good off-speed stuff, this might be the time to start mixing in your off-speed stuff.
Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. And a good comeback there. It's 3-1.
Well, he made a nice adjustment. That was a nice pitch right there, 3-0. Now puts the count 3-1. That was the same pitch he threw 2-0 and missed on it and got the ball called.
He's set. Here's the 3-1. Fastball in there, 3-2. And a good take there will net him a base runner as it's ball 4 now to start the 8th inning.
Man, that's a tough one to swallow.
Now
You're
batting.
hanging on to a slim
Second
lead,
baseman.
and the last thing you want to do is give up a leadoff walk. Seems like those are the ones that always come back to haunt you, so we'll see if that's the case here.
So striding in, Logan Forsythe, leadoff man on base, and we'll see what they have in mind strategy-wise here. Here comes the first pitch. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. The 0-1 delivery. And a fastball just misses. It's 1-1. And here's a ball hit in the air. Flores onto the grass, but he can't make the play as it finds the outfield grass. And the throw will go to second as they get to force out.
Oh, man, I don't know how that happened. Looked to be a base hit to the outfield, but then all of a sudden the throw comes in and they get the force on the play. To be honest, that just can't happen.
Here's Corey Seager as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. The set and the 1-0 pitch. And the changeup is way low that time.
Well, you can see what he's trying to do right there. Double play situation. 2 balls down in the zone trying to get that ground ball. Didn't get him to bite at either one. Now he's behind in the count 2-0.
From the stretch. Big cut at the 2-0 slider, but he comes up empty. 2-1.
Oh, man, he took a swing and a half at that one. I think some frustration is creeping into these guys, so he might have just been trying to get his guys on the board with one swing.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Never tempted to swing at that ball down low. It's ball 3. Jock Peterson, who represents the possible go-ahead run here, waits in the on-deck circle. Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away. A swing and a miss for out number 2, and a ball he had no chance of making contact with. Well, it's been a game of starting pitching so far. As on cue, we give you a look at our starter comparison for these two guys in our 2-0 ball game. Jerry's Familia enters the game in a save situation, but he'll be asked to get 4 outs here instead of the standard 3. Jock Peterson will be the first to greet him here as he stands in with a runner at first and 2 away. From the stretch. Now he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. And he'll get under it to put it away in foul territory, and that ends the inning. Mets bullpen able to stem the tide. Home half of the 8th straight ahead. The Mets lead it 2-0. Pedro Baez is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 52, Pedro Baez.
Here's Juan Lagares. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once.
Center fielder number 12, Juan Lagares.
In tight here with the first pitch fastball that's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Takes this the other way to right.
That ball's right in his wheelhouse. You may as well take out a tee, set the ball right there, and say hit it as hard as you can, because that's what he did.
Neil Walker.
Here's Neil Walker as he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. The 0-1. Tough slider down low for a strike. So back-to-back sliders for strikes. Does he come back with yet another?
Normally not a good pitching plan to throw the same hitter the same pitch 3 times in a row, but both of those sliders back-to-back were so good, I might just go ahead and try to throw another one.
Hit hard on the ground is short, and a backhanded try into the hole that's short, but this gets on by.
Well, going to the pen, this is not what they wanted. He comes up, he gives up 1 hit, now another back-to-back base hits. I'm curious what's going through the mind of the manager right now as he's looking at his bullpen.
Here's the left fielder, Yoenis Cespedes, as he lays off a fastball too low for ball 1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Fastball at 96 on the radar gun, and it's 1-1. Swing and a miss, and it's a ball and 2 strikes here. Here's the 1-2. And here's a ball lifted back toward the stands in right, so we'll try it again at 1-2.
Well, I think he's trying to get that 2-strike fastball out of the zone. Just caught too much of the plate right there. Fortunately, he fouled it off instead of putting it in the seats.
And he struck out again. That's the 3rd time he's gone down on strikes in this one.
Well, it's been a rough series for him at the plate so far. That's 4 strikeouts in the first 2 games, so this pitching staff clearly has him figured out.
Here's Lucas Duda now,
as he'll swing and hit this one hard, but foul off to the left and out of play.
Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2. Runners are at first and second with one away. Swing and a liner, but foul. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Hernandez is over just a few steps to his right as he takes it for out number 2.
The right fielder, number 19, Jay Bruce.
Here's Jay Bruce now. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts for him so far. Hit out towards second. Taken in by Forsythe. On to first, and the Mets are going to come up empty here as that ends the inning. 2 left for the Mets. They're up 2-0. Here's Adrian now. And Dan, what's gone wrong for this lineup today? They're only 3 outs away from being shut out.
Boy, you know, I just haven't seen a lot of fight in these at-bats. Now, of course, plenty of credit goes to that pitching, but the effort on the offensive side has been pretty lethargic watching from up here in the booth, Matt.
Yeah, I would imagine it feels the same from watching in the stands in this one. First pitch coming. Here it is. 9th inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball 1.
Looked like he was trying to go the opposite way on that pitch. Good job of laying off that check swing, seeing it wasn't something he wanted to really drive the other way.
The 1-0 delivery. Grounded back up the middle, and Gonzalez is going to have himself a base hit. Leadoff hitters aboard, and that means the tying run will come forward here in the late innings.
Well, I think he made the pitch he wanted to make. It was down, but hey, unfortunately, it found a hole and got through the infield.
Here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal. As the first pitch sinker misses to him, it's ball 1. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Ready with the 1-0. A knee-high sinker, tough pitch, strike 1.
Same pitch that time, the sinker, but it looked like he made a good adjustment with it.
Yeah, Matt, that's a great point. Released it from out front much better that time. I just think he wasn't real happy with the first one he threw, so he wanted to get the feel back for it.
1-1, here it comes. Took a wave at one around the shins with no luck.
Well, now it's a 1-2 count. He's throwing the same pitch 3 times in a row. He got ahead with it. Now let's see if he puts him away with it.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. A swing and a miss on a ball way out of the zone, and there's 1 away.
That was some nice execution on that pitch. Spotted it nicely down around the bottom of the zone. And when you do that, especially with 2 strikes, not a lot of guys are going to hurt you. You're going to get a lot of ground balls and swings and misses down there.
Chase Utley.
And here is strike 1 call to the 37-year-old veteran up there. 0-1. Still plenty to be desired in terms of batting average, down in the 180s entering play. 2 home runs and 7 driven in. Here's the 0-1. And boy, big problems here to start this at-bat. It's 0-2 now.
Now, Matt, that was a fastball. He had to have made up his mind that he's going to swing as soon as he releases it. That wasn't even a breaking pitch, and he was hacking.
Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. And here's a slider that runs inside that time, and that'll keep him from diving out over the plate.
Wow, kind of an interesting pitch call there. The batter flailed at the pitch away on the previous one, so you'd think he'd go right back there, but instead they decided to come in, make him prove he can adjust before you do.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Here's a high pop-up. Camping under it is Duda, and there are 2 away now.
The batter, left fielder, Kike Hernandez.
At the plate, Kike Hernandez. He comes to the plate as the last chance for his side. 2 out here in the 9th. First delivery to him on the way. Wouldn't bite on a good sinker that time that missed. And that one stayed too low, apparently. Ready with the 2-0. Belt high and right down the middle for a strike.
Right there, Matt. You know, they get the leadoff man on, and they haven't been able to advance him. That's why they're not scoring runs. You got to hit and run, steal, do something to get that runner moving. Get aggressive.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul. A sold-out crowd of 41,800 get to their feet now in Flushing. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. So now they'll have 2 men in scoring position following the 2-out double.
And if you're the manager, you've got to love that about your team. They were down to their last strike, but they refused to go down without a fight, so they lived to fight some more.
Scott Van Slyke will be called upon here to hit with the game on the line.
33, Scott Van Slyke.
Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. And he's carrying a batting average of just over 300. So clearly he's been a productive player with the bat in his hand so far. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. And there's ball 1. Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. And that's taken for strike 2 as now they're down to their final strike here this afternoon. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. 1-2 pitch is a slider that misses. 2-2. One strike from a shutout. Here it comes. Good sinker that time as he gets a piece and chops it foul at home plate. Now another 2-2. Pitch is way outside, and that's straight to the backstop. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on. He's set. Here's the 3-2. Swung on in the dirt, strike 3. Throw on to first is going to be in time to get him, and the Mets have come back to even up this series at a game apiece as this ball game is over.
Yeah, they needed him a little bit earlier in this one, but he takes the mound in the 8th and records the final 4 outs. 4-out save. Job well done.
A 2-0 finish today. New York earned the victory despite only collecting 4 total hits. Noah Syndergaard earns win number 7 on the season. Clayton Kershaw is tagged with the loss despite giving up only 2 unearned runs. Jerry's Familia gets a 4-out save, his 32nd of the season. So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Harold Reynolds, Dan Plezak, and the rest of our crew. This is Matt Vasgersian, and you've been watching a presentation of MLB Network. See you next time.
The final line score for this afternoon's ball game for the victorious New York Mets. 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors. They left 6 men on base. For the Dodgers, no runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left 9 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 29 minutes. Our paid attendance this afternoon at Citi Field, 45,000. The Mets thank you for your continued support and remind you to please drive home safely.